Today I was going to do a painting from a painting. So I've sketched out from an original painting that I did from a trip up north here in New Zealand. And I liked what I had done, but I just thought, well, perhaps I can paint it in a quicker, more free style, as it had been a tutorial on my channel. So I've set about laying in the water, and I have used a bit of a warmer blue near the horizon and a bit of a cooler blue in the foreground. And I'm not copying exactly what the other painting was about. Obviously, this was about making a sketch from a previous painting. And it's a good thing for you to do too, because you've already painted the painting. This is going to get confusing, isn't it? How many paintings have we got going? But anyway, so you've already painted the painting, so you've already know the composition, you know what some of the issues were, you've worked out maybe your colour palette. You've got a lot of information already, haven't you? So why not use it as a springboard to just do a quick and easy sketch that is fresh, and you can scrutinize what you've got in front of you, and you can change things or say, well, maybe I could have done this, that or the other better. Maybe I could have used a slightly different colour scheme. All sorts of things when you look at your work, and you can be a bit critical about it and say, well, could do better. I had that a lot on my school report. I guess we all did. Maybe some of you didn't. There you go. But anyway, so I'm being much freer with this, as I said. And at the end of it, when I look at it now, I don't think I got the shape of the headland. I think it didn't quite come out quite the way I wanted it. But that's okay, because it was more about the act of doing an enjoyable painting, changing up the colour scheme a little bit, being a little bit more free and easy about it. I think when you're making videos for YouTube, you can get a little bit bogged down in trying to teach a particular technique, and you get a little bit stuck. I don't mean stuck in that you can't paint it. I mean stuck in the fact that you get really into the idea you're trying to convey. And then maybe you get a bit precious and a bit tighter and you just lose the freedom. So sometimes it's good like this, just to let your hair down and do a quick painting. So I'm going to just let this run, and I hope you enjoy it. And I also hope that you try it too, because when I put the foreground in, which you'll see a bit later, in the original I did the foreground and I did some bushes and I did some flax and I did this, and this one I just went swipe with the brush and did that a couple of times, varied the greenery, didn't put any of the flax in, didn't put any of the bushes in, and I actually like it. I like it better. So I have actually learnt something from doing this. And because I'd done it before, it gave me a freedom. So this is the part where I just swished in that foreground. And that felt so good, I have to say. And then I put a bit of colour down on the beach and then lifted it out. And that just gives a stain, which I quite like. And I did go back into the foreground and put a little bit more colour there. But just doing that one brush stroke just felt so good. And I looked at it and I thought, I don't need to put any flaxes in or bushes in or anything. It sets you in place where you're standing on the edge of the cliff. That's all I needed. And I didn't really need to say anything else. So there we have the two together, and the top one is the painting that I painted from the one that's below, which was it was actually quite a long video. And as I say, I think the top one, I didn't quite like the shape of the headland, but that's okay because I really liked the foreground so much better. And you can see there that the foreground of the lower one was busy and uninteresting and really not necessary, because the whole point of the painting really was about the headland. So maybe I'll have to paint the whole thing a third time one day. I won't bore all of my lovely subscribers with that, but I'll do it for myself because it's taught me something. And it's taught me that I need to simplify and not get bogged down in all the little details. So I was pleased. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you stuck to the end so that you could see what I felt about painting a painting from a painting. And I hope that you try it. And I hope you get a success and a win. And I'll see you next time. Happy painting.